Matt Henderson ground, Albatross, November 139. Charlie, Pete Lowe for the taxi for pickup.
February 22nd, 1944. On a cold Tuesday in Dickinson, North Dakota, the high was 29 degrees and the local news on that day reported that tokens for food rations were due the following week. Half a world away, World War II raged on, with news being of both 5,000 B-17 and B-24s bombing Nazi Germany, as well as in the Pacific of 365 enemy aircraft and 65 warships having been destroyed. Back in the small rural farm community of Dickinson, population 5839, the big news for James and Esther Holm was the announcement of the birth of their third child, a son, Skip Holm. Skip's passion for flying was born while playing in the fields of the 3,000-acre family farm. It would start with an article of clothing, a hat, that simply had a propeller on top. Then on rare occasion, and with awestruck wonderment, staring a million miles into the sky, he'd watch every plane that flew overhead. Skip's yearning to be like one of those guys was getting stronger. This lifelong desire to command the skies took a rather ominous turn for Skip after his 18th birthday. A local farmer who owned a Lockheed T-33 invited Skip to join him one day for a flight around the countryside. This was Skip's first ride ever in an actual airplane, and what a thrill! After a short while, problems developed that ended the flight in an emergency landing. The aircraft skidded across the entire length of the runway. Upon exiting the plane, with the pilot rather shaken, Skip had only one thought. This is what he wanted to do for the rest of his life. Skip proudly served 3 tours of duty in Vietnam from 1968 to 1971, flying a total of 352 missions and logging in a record 1,172 hours flying the 105 Thunder Chief and the F-4E Phantom. He earned the rank of lieutenant colonel along with 37 combat decorations made up of 3 Distinguished Flying Crosses, an Air Force Meritorious Service Medal, 25 Air Combat Medals, an Air Force Commendation Medal, and 7 Vietnam Service Medals, to name only a few. To this day, Skip still holds the record for combat hours flown by any fighter pilot in a fighter jet aircraft. After Vietnam, Skip was selected for Edwards Air Force Base's Test Pilot School. There he flew the U-2 aircraft and test ops missions on the new F-15 and F-16 fighter programs. Missing the real fighter world, he opted for a Philippine tour where he evaluated pilots in a program called Combat Sage, the forerunner to the Navy's Top Gun and the Air Force's Red Flag programs. There he instructed on new techniques of air-to-air combat while using live rounds and missiles. The only place in the world where pilots could fire operational missiles and hone the necessary skills in bringing down enemy aircraft. When this assignment ended, he decided to try commercial aviation working at United Airlines. That lasted 3 days. Skip later signed on to become a test pilot for Lockheed's classified division named Skunk Works. While working there, he flew the U-2R and also the L-1011, but worked mostly on such classified aircraft of the half-blue lineage as the F-117 Nighthawk, the F-22, and numerous other top-secret fighter aircraft. Around the year 1988, many of these programs were coming to an end. When it was time for him to move on, he then entered the worlds of air racing and movie making. At his first race in Reno, Nevada in 1981, Skip would be awarded Rookie of the Year. From there, he went on to make records that still hold. While flying a World War II-era modified P-51 Mustang named Dago Red, he earned the records for the fastest qualifying speed of 497 miles per hour, the fastest race record of 512.164 miles per hour, for which he won the Thompson Trophy in 2003, his average race speed of 507 miles per hour also earned him the Thompson Trophy again in 2004. But now the Hollywood bug hit, and Skip's film career has him being a much sought-after stunt pilot, consultant, and aerial coordinator on commercials, TV shows, and movies like Iron Man, Hot Shots, Firebirds, Navy SEALs, The Right Stuff, and Kill Speed. More recently, Skip has transitioned into a career of designing and manufacturing aircraft. Currently, he serves as the CEO of his own Bear Aircraft that manufactures Warbird-type aircraft in Russia for delivery in the United States. Skip Holm retains his passion for life and enjoys giving back to the community as he volunteers his time with many charities and organizations while mentoring young students and encouraging them to join the Air Force. Skip is a husband, father, and grandfather, and he thanks God for the blessings he has and the grace to still do what he loves. Skip Holm is quite honored to have been chosen the recipient of the prestigious Living Legends Award.